Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. Listen, today has been a heck of a day for me. But I'm going to tell you something. I had to make this video because I want to lay down and I couldn't even rest with this on my heart. Nicole Tyler, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Do you realize that there are a lot of young people who feel like it's not worth it to work at Subways because they can make more money on the corner? Or they can make more money robbing people, home invasions and things like that? Not just black young men and women. I'm talking about all races of men and women. With the way things are going now, the quick, easy, fast way to do things is the way people choose. But this young man chose to come to work. And maybe he should have pressed your sandwich. Maybe he should have. But because he didn't press your sandwich, how were you supposed to handle that, Nicole? Were you supposed to belittle him? Fat shame him? Talk about the beard on his face, call him roly-poly? Talk about his mother? Embarrass him in front of his co-workers? Or could you have said, I'd like to speak to the manager? Because of the position that you hold, you were expected to show more restraint. If you didn't get what you paid for, there's a way to go about that. If you felt that your customer service was not up to par, there's a way to go about that. But trust and believe, had that been my child that you have been barking at, threatening to put him on a video, to expose him on YouTube for not pressing your sandwich, press your ass out my child's face. That's what you would have done. I had those jobs like that when I was younger. And I didn't always do the right thing. A customer came to us and said you forgot to give them straws. A customer said they didn't want pickles on their sandwich. You gave them a sandwich with pickles. If I wanted to keep that job, what I said was, I apologize. Can you please give me a chance to make this right? Ma'am, I apologize. Here's a fresh sandwich for you. Would you please accept my apology? And I'll try my best not to let this happen again. Although when I got back in the store, I would have said, oh, bitch. But I wouldn't have let you hear it. Just like you didn't have to let that young man hear how you was really feeling. You were the elder. You could have went about it in a totally different way. You sitting there looking real damn crazy talking about, I'm Nicole Tyler, aka the ruler. Now you would have been embarrassed and ashamed had those cops came in there and did a Rodney King on your ass, drug you up out that store, and made a serious example out of you. You accused that guy of being a gangbanger, just trying to get a job. You accused him of having a bunch of kids. You even accused him of having a know-nothing type of mother. See, that's the type of stuff that gets you popped. You were out of line. That young man could have been reported. His superiors would have dealt with him according to the guidelines of the company. But for you to feel like you could come in there and talk to him any old kind of way and then just sit there and then just keep right on popping off and popping off and popping off, and he's walking back and forth, he's trying not to say nothing to you, and yet you keep right on antagonizing the situation. You were fueling the fire. You were. That was you having a temper tantrum. That's what that was. Whatever happened to you before you got to that young man had nothing to do with that young man. Nothing at all. There is dignity in all work. Oh, did you just think that the job you do deserves respect? His job deserves respect as well. You're going to run into somebody who did not want to come to work. And all you have to do is say, may I have a little extra mayonnaise? And then you be picking your ass up off the floor. Everybody don't play that. You were embarrassing. I was embarrassed for you. Then you got in the car. Then you had the nerve to give the number to corporate out and imply that someone called them, order a bunch of sandwiches, or stay there and just get on that man's nerves. That's a young man. That's a young black man standing up straight. I don't give a damn if he was cleaning toilets or building toilets. That was his job. You came to his place of employment. He didn't come to yours. And again, he didn't press your sandwich. Chill out. You could have pressed that shit in the car for real. You don't ever want to piss nobody off that's making your food, girl. You are being drugged all over these streets. You know why? Because you could have handled that differently. Then it would have been a whole different ball game had someone white been talking to that young man like that. Oh, she didn't have to talk to him like that, or he didn't have to talk to him like that. Oh, he just could have asked for the manager, or he could have asked him, could you please press the sandwich or something. You could have found a way to make it about racism. A lot of times, black on black bullshit is what gets on my nerves. That's what gets on my fucking nerves. Black on black bullshit. You did not have to talk to that man like that. And I wish I was his mom. I'd have came in there and kicked a hole in your fucking back. My son got up, got dressed, and came to work. Just like you got up. You got dressed, and you came to work. It doesn't matter whether he makes $10,000 a year or $100,000 a year. He's not stealing. There's dignity in all work. And you better remember that shit when you get to popping off, okay? Because VA police station may not be as nice to you. And don't think just because you got it on camera, ain't nobody gonna jack your ass up. Because they will. Ask Rodney King. He had it on camera. The whole world saw that. But what still happened? He got fucked up. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. I wouldn't want anything to happen to that young man. But I want you to really listen to the people that are getting on you about the way you acted about a pressed sandwich. You was doing too much. Acting like the 53rd card in the deck. The jack of ass. Don't you never embarrass us as a people or as a mother ever again like that, Nicole. Ever. That's some shit you talk about after you get home. You don't pop off in the store. I was really embarrassed. Really, honestly, and truly embarrassed. Sometimes we set our young people up to fail. And even if he was wrong for not pressing your sandwich, you set that man up to fail. You drew attention to him. You embarrassed him. You belittled him. You fat shamed him. And on top of everything, you started talking about his mother. People have died for less. So I want you to hear something, sis. I want you to hear something if you ain't never heard shit. There's a way to go about things if you don't get what you pay for. And that wasn't it. That wasn't it.